Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Chris Hawkes, and this is your best life defined. So I want to just share something with you. The idea of wasting time. It's gotten a lot smoother. You know, what's funny is a lot of times it's really hard to detect when we're actually wasting time, right? And even when we are, sometimes the thing that we are doing is so enthralling that it's like it didn't feel like a waste of time. I really enjoyed it, right? That's why you got to be careful when you start looking at the things you do, because what happens is you can actually assert to yourself or come up with the thought to yourself that the thing you do actually adds value to your life. And there's a point to that to some degree. But the reality is, if you are living your best life, one of the first things you have to accept is the fact that there's always something to do. There is always some way to improve your life or to make your life better. This is where these distractions come in. And what's funny is anything can become a distraction. Anything you do in excess that keeps you or takes you off of your path, pulls you from where you've set your mind or where your goals, that is a distraction. The other night, I'm working on my book. It's The Ultimate RV Survival Guide. And it's going pretty good. But the other night, I usually write in the evenings, and the other night I'm sitting there, I'm writing, and I'm kind of getting to a point where I want to take a break. So I just lean back in my chair, I grab my phone, and I do TikTok. I'm learning how to do TikTok, right? How to do videos. And I start looking at this, I just start scrolling the opening screen, and it just feeds you 1 minute videos as long as you want to watch them, one after the other, right? I'm sitting there, and the next thing I know, 45 minutes has gone by. 45 minutes of looking at TikTok videos. Now, some people say, well, you know, TikTok's pretty cool. That's fine. When I look at how I use my time is based on two ideas. It's bringing me to a goal I have not achieved yet, or it involves something that truly inspires me. Granted, I can sit and watch TikTok. I can do the TikTok thing, and it's fine, and sure, you laugh and all that. But when I got off that 45-minute bout with TikTok, that 45 minutes of pure distraction, there was nothing about my life that had improved. I didn't learn anything except for TikTok is awfully addicting, right? I'm not any closer to my goals. It really didn't put any fuel in my tank from the standpoint of it didn't inspire me to be excited and energized about what I was going to do next, because now that I've accomplished a 45-minute round with TikTok, I can do anything, right? I mean, if this sounds like off base, yeah, so be it. The point is, they've gotten really good at distracting us without us even knowing it. Not only that, but we've gotten good at distracting ourselves and validating or justifying it as the tools we need in order for us to acquire success, in order for us to see the achievement of our goals, right? I used to spend a lot of time doing research. I didn't ever actually go out and do anything like this podcast thing. When I first started talking about doing the podcast, I spent a lot of time watching YouTube videos and reading articles and all this, right? Getting ready, you know, because I didn't know enough yet. Well, there was a point when it came, when that activity, that educational thing, that quest for knowledge actually became the distraction that was keeping me from doing my first podcast. And it was only when my son and I were having a conversation in his garage, and I was talking about the podcast and the things I still needed to learn before I actually jumped out here to this point, right? And my son says, well, according to Joe Rogan, if you want to be a podcaster, you got to do podcasts. I'm looking at him, I'm like, what? He goes, yeah. According to Joe Rogan, if you want to be a podcaster, you have to do podcasts. You can do all the research you want. You can learn on all the audio settings, and you can try and make it as perfect as you want. But ultimately, if you're not doing podcasts, you're not a podcaster. I'm like, damn. He's so right? That's when I jumped out. And it was even scary. You can imagine this. So we're in my fifth wheel. And I've got this whole podcast thing set up. I've spent the time to figure out how to shoot the video and how to do the podcast. And I think it was like 2 or 3 days straight. I'd be out here in the living room pacing back and forth. I'd try doing a podcast, and then I'd be like, and I'd be telling my wife, I suck. And she'd tell me, well, then don't do it. Should be something like, tell me, don't do it. Screw it. Don't do it. You can't do it. Kind of edging me on. The point I'm trying to make here is if you're going to live your best life, you got to take action every day to live your best life. And the way that happens is by not allowing yourself to be distracted by things that keep you from taking that action to improve some aspect of your life. If you want to, let's say, for instance, financially, you're financially strapped and you need to get a handle on your finances. You can read Dave Ramsey and you can watch all the videos you want about how to manage your finances, how to create budgets, and how to do all kinds of things. But it's only when you actually take that action that you're actually affecting change in your life. That is the starting point of your success. That is the starting point at which you start living your best life. Does it mean you're going to succeed? Probably not. Does it mean you're going to be the world's best money manager? Probably not. But until you take that action and eliminate all the distractions, you're not going to ever come close to that goal. That's part of the motivation for me being here. That's the part of the reason that I keep mentioning the book. It's because I own this. I own this because every time I show up here and every time I do a podcast, I'm one step closer to the possibility that maybe you will say, he's right. There are things in my life I would love to do that I'm not doing, and there's no reason why I shouldn't be doing it except for I'm distracted. I've made excuses. I've found reasons for why I can't. And why you can't doesn't matter. All the reasons why you can't doesn't matter because all you have to do is find one reason why you can. And it's because the goal is worth it. And we can go over the goal about wasting time. Part of the way that you motivate yourself to stop wasting time is to select something that's connected to who you are to such a degree that it inspires you. That you kind of get excited about it. That you get a knot in your stomach when you sit down and you think, oh man, am I really going to do this? And you're like, ugh. And it's kind of cool in a way. I mean, what's cool is overcoming that. I've been doing my videos, and I don't know what you think. If you're following me on Facebook or on social media, you're going to see I continually post my podcast and a short, and I'm just constantly throwing things out there. And there's a part of me that when I allow myself to think about what other people think of me, I know what they're saying. They're saying, Jesus Christ, is he ever going to quit? He sucks. Is he ever going to quit? Well, if I were to allow myself to fall into that trap, I would stop. But being a podcaster requires you to do podcasts. Being an influencer requires you to do things that influence the thoughts and the actions of other people. Am I trying to be an influencer? Yeah, I'm trying to influence you to the point that you actually grab a hold of the idea that it's a hell of a lot more fun to do the shit you love to do than to do the shit you have to do. And more than that, even if you have to do a bunch of crap that sucks, like I did, 23 and a half years in a federal prison, not a lot of fun. That is not an excuse for you not to use those resources to take your life in a direction you want it to go. And I'm not talking about the house, the car, or the debt. I'm talking about the shit you love to do, the shit that you don't have any problem doing, the stuff that you can find the time to do because you love it that much. That's where the story comes in. Do I have any doubt that this is going to go someplace? No, because I'm going to keep going until it does. Maybe I'll have 1,000 podcasts and I'll finally get the second book done. And guess what? Someone's going to say, wow. I mean, I look at history. There are a lot of people in life who didn't gain success, did not gain the success that we see them at now until they were in their 40s, in their 50s. I mean, here's one. I think Oprah Winfrey got fired at 23 from her first broadcasting job. Oh, good thing she didn't follow that lead and allow herself to go down that rabbit hole, right? Stop wasting time. Take an evaluation. Take a look at the things you do every day and why you do them and ask yourself, how does this benefit me in living my best life? What could I do that would better guide me towards more of the things I love to do? Because granted right now, let's face it, if you're in your mud puddle, if your time and your finances are tight, If you're sitting from paycheck to paycheck and you have a full schedule, you're probably sitting there right now thinking, how in the hell am I supposed to have any time to do anything else? Well, every time you go to pick your phone up to look at Facebook, instead of looking at Facebook, pick your phone up and take a look at something that you love or that you're interested in and learn something about it. Instead of picking up your phone and going to TikTok for 45 minutes like I did, go on TikTok and look for aviation school so you can get your pilot's license. Even if that's not a plan you have going on right now. Next time you want to plop your butt down in front of that video game console, before you do that, go ahead and jump in front of your computer or look on your phone and try and figure out what it's actually going to take for you to get back into school and to get your degree, or to go to lineman school and actually become a lineman and start making some real money. What's it going to take for you to become a barber? See, there are a lot of ways to distract you. There are a lot of ways to waste time. What's funny is a lot of those things that we do nowadays to waste time are actually pretty damn entertaining, right? See, what's funny is a lot of people would look at this podcast as a waste of time. It's like, well, I don't want to listen to him. He's not that entertaining. It's not that entertaining. I want to be entertained, right? Well, of course you do. Of course you want to be entertaining, because entertainment allows you to not have to think about your life. Being entertained and having your mind preoccupied by mindless videos and posts on Facebook, it's cool. I mean, it'll definitely eat up some of your bandwidth. There's no doubt about that. But what it does is it eliminates the opportunity for you to sit back, take a look at who you are, take a look at the condition of your life, and then think to yourself, why am I doing what I'm doing? Is there a way to make it better? I don't know. It's not a difficult concept. I show up every day and I keep doing it, and the reason I keep doing it is because it's important to me. Because I'll be damned, the last thing I ever want to do is get off track. And thank you for that. For those of you who listen, I really appreciate it. I really appreciate. Hey, Jonas, by the way, shout out to Jonas. He's following on my podcast. I haven't seen him on the YouTube channel yet, but thank you, Jonas, for subscribing. You gave me some inspiration. Your words are kind, my friend. Thank you for that. And Jonas isn't wasting time. I've talked to him, and he's not wasting time. He's getting shit done. And what was cool was to hear his excitement for what it is I'm saying, because he is definitely ready. He's engaged. He's on the path to living a better life, and I'm glad I could be there to help. So, hey, listen, I'm just showing up every day, and I'm trying to give you ideas for how you can take the life that you're living right now, and you can have more of the things you love and less of the things you hate. And granted, I get it. You don't hate your job. It's not that much fun, but you don't hate it. But it'd be a lot better if you got off that job and you got home and you realized that because you've made a decision and you've stopped wasting so much time doing things that didn't matter, you started working towards things that do, in a direction that's connected to who you are. That's what living your best life is all about. It's about waking up and being excited because of your choices, facing your challenges with all the gusto in the world, ready to overcome whatever comes your way because you believe in yourself and the things you choose are connected to who you are. So that's how it happens. That's how it's happening for me. Maybe you're not ready. I hope you are. If not, keep listening. Maybe at some point I will strike a chord with you and you will be able to say, yeah, okay, I finally get it. I see what he's saying. Until then, just remember, today's your day. Make it a good one.